what does that mean? What does it mean for you to have some peace of mind, to have some peace of heart? So, good day. Good day. It's going to be a very hot period at this moment for about 5 days. So, everybody in the Netherlands, prepare yourself and fill your fridge with some ice cream or water ice. So, today we are going to talk about the struggle. So, because the struggle has oh, I needed to sneeze. The struggle has different takes, more insights. So the struggle is something that you have on a short period or a moment of time, and of course, the longer distance. So, for example, this week and this weekend, I experienced that you are in revalidation, you need to get back in shape, and still you are going to challenge life and try to enjoy life. So you go for it. And then, as you proceed at actually pushing the limits, eventually you will face the consequences. And in the struggle, these consequences are not without pain. So then you need to recover. So it's okay to push your limits, but you need also to take seriously the process of healing. Let me see if I can get the music a little bit more on the background. That's much better to me. I hope that my voice and the music is coming clear to you. So yeah, the struggle is real, and the struggle is real on different aspects in life. So you can say, I see a country struggling, I see a people struggling. So if I want to sum up 2025 of everything that's happening, then I would sum it up in one phrase: free the people. And I don't care who the people are, but free the people. And this is not about race, this is not about religion, this is not about all other duality stuff. No, free the people. And I think free the people gives more insights to what's actually happening, how the system is caging the people. Yes, so if you are, for example, from the Navajo tribe, how they got caged into the system, well, look at the struggle, what that ICE thing is doing. And if you look to the history, like, okay, these people were origin from the land, yes, then it got colonized, and now they use terms of to be legal or illegal. So if I think about it, they are not illegal, but yet they are in a struggle. So free the people, because they also may be free. But if you go look in Europe, you can look at the Ukraine, you can say free the people. You can look at Russia and say free the people. You can say Nigeria and free the people. South Africa and free the people. China and free the people. Australia and free the people. New Zealand and free the people. Yeah, so free the people you can apply on the entire globe. But we need to understand that the cage system is not allowing you to evolve because it has no teachings to teach you how to evolve. That does not mean that the system is totally bad, but it needs to be repaired because it's so broken and not serving the people. So the only accepted system for the people is one that serves the people. And the only system accepted by the spirit is the one that serves origin. So we need an origin centered civilization where the system serves the people and origin. Then humanity evolves. But then humanity needs to step outside duality. And it's actually duality of the struggle. It's a duality that gives us the struggle. So when you agree or disagree with somebody, you get into the struggle of who is right, who knows best. And not only today, but more often isolate many Mr. Know It Alls. And then I have to say, when you cannot ask a further question, another question, then your intelligence has stopped. But people want to be as smart as the smartest man of the world, which they are not. They wanted to be as enlightened as the Messiah, which they are not. And that's only ego. So what happens if Mr. know-it-all got their ego humbled? Well, first I responded with, yes, it is, because somebody was saying to me, no, it isn't. But I'm not smart, I'm not intelligent, but I choose to only talk about the things that I do know. Yes, so when I say something that I do know, I am right 100%. And when somebody has a challenging conversation with me, which is basically never happening anymore, maybe intelligence died, or maybe I need to talk to other people. That's true. So maybe there are some more intelligent people that want to comment and or have a proper discussion adding to the stream for some face-to-face discussion, also possible. So I'm not always right because I do not know everything. Yes, I am not the all-knowing being. I am also not claiming that I'm God. No, I'm human. And all human and humanoids that claim that they are God, they are not. They are misunderstanding the message. You can live your life as a human being as if you were living as a God on earth. Well, this phrase is so totally wrong because you use the concept of God. So we are going to replace that nonsense with Su. Then it's a better understanding. So above as below, Su is above. Who is below? Us. So when you flip Su around, you get us. When you flip God around, you get dog. I will never insult my source as an dog. So even by misreading from right to left, it says dog. And that is the reading direction of every Japanese person. So, no, I'm not going to insult the creator with that terminology. So, Su is perfect. And when you flip it around, it's us. But what do we need to do? We need to enlighten ourselves. And that's a struggle. When you get born and raised, you get conditioned. You get conditioned inside the matrix. And if you get narcissistic traits during the raising period when you are growing up, it might have created that second voice inside your head with which is not yours, and you keep on down talking to yourself that you're not good enough. Well, everybody here is already good enough. And then the brightest soul from the century got born on this planet. And he does not talk down, or does he talk down on others that are not that bright? Does he get irritated because he's that smart and the other ones are dumb? So this is the struggle. But this struggle is so pure and it's so true that you are the one that needs to find the answers inside yourself. and sometimes outside yourself because the other person is smarter, more intelligent, or just knows a little bit more on topic than you. So if you want to be clever, then you can add everything that somebody else is saying. You can add it to the things that you already knew. But we are conditioned inside the matrix to reject. So rejection contributes to the struggle because there is no coming through of the light when you reject it. And that's the struggle of an enlightened being in this society, in this world today, where the minds got darkened because they do not practice, they do not follow the path of the light. And then they wonder why they cannot see. And that's exactly the seeing what I believe Jesus Christ was talking about. He let the blind see. Yeah, they were spiritually blind. The third eye were not functioning. So then you read the Bible in a different way. Yeah, sure. My awareness is too big to fit in a Bible or in a Quran. Needless to mention that these books are outdated. They are no longer serving this era. But happily, God did not, Sue did not leave us alone. And he sent another Messiah and another book which is known as the Holy Words. And translated, it's Gosaigen. So yeah, the struggle is real, but when you put your mind to it, and also to the aching, with your mind, you transmit healing, love, and light through your body. And that's also what you can do now. Put your hands together, meditate, breathe, and send love, light, and healing through your body. Then you can cope with the pain. Then you can cope with the coming heat because you need to be thankful for the heat. So the following days are great days to sweat. You only need to prepare yourself and make sure you have enough water. Yes. And also, when it becomes too hot, to have the possibility to cool down. So, yes, for the following days, your grandmother or grandfather that you love might die because of the heat. And that's happening to elderly. So here are elderly, and I hope I can find some money so I can buy some water ice. Because one time when I was ringing, I asked him, "Do you have ice cream or water ice?" Oh no, I don't have that. Well, it's 30 degrees outside. Here, I give you one. And I hope that if you love your grandpa and grandma, that you make sure they have some ice in their fridge with these dates. And also mention that they need to drink extra water. Yes. So then everything will be fine. But sometimes on a certain age, they forget to take that little self care and they are struggling through the heat. So let's help each other out. So, empathy is to enlighten the struggle of others or one other person. So, let's breathe a little bit now because I'm on fire, I noticed. And maybe this all goes really quickly and I'm burning through the struggle like, oh my God. But it's also this and it's also that, but I did not mention that already. Because you can struggle to open a a bottle. And the wife is struggling opening the can. And then she goes searching for help for Superman who can open the can. And then husband comes, opens the can like plop, and the struggle is enlightened. That's a short struggling thing, short aspect. And you know, when you are a gentleman, you see the wife struggle, then you say, I know you can do it. Let me see. And then you take the pot and you open it, and then you close it just a little bit, and then you try. And then they manage to open the can. So the struggle can be something small and something large as depression. So people that are facing depression basically because they are experiencing the system, which is depressing. So, and if your soul is expanded, yes, and if your spirit is expanded and you have a different mindset, this discade system is a torture, or at least something you will not fit in because you are simply too big. So I am too big for this system. So that's why I do not function inside the system, but outside the system, but not without a system. But you know, people can leave you on the side of the road and not, they can say, "Oh, it's a vagabond. Oh, it's eh, discriminate and demonize," because simply you are too enlightened to fit in the nonsense. So your soul is not being able to accept everything from the system, and it rejects it because that's the right thing to do. So, my vision on this time that I want to share with you about the struggle is that when I went to a concert, I saw a collection of traumatized, demonized, misunderstood group of people. But that I say traumatized and also sometimes a little bit disturbed. Um, with a lot of people with their own mental challenging. And that all came to gather for a concert. And that was a little bit like, whoa, a lot of enlightening work to do, actually. But obviously, rejection will not allow them to get out of the struggle or to let other people that are able to heal them and ease the struggle. And that is what the observation when the concert ended, the mental challenging thing happened outside when there was no crowd control. And it was on the verge of going through violent. Yeah, so it did touch like the border of becoming violent because everybody wanted to go home, everybody in the car, in the bus, and there were thousands of people. So that did not went well. And then you can see that, the selfishness, and the immaturity. Like, none of them build character to have patience to be a real man. And that the same thing would be at Metal Fest, or the same thing would be at other. It does not matter who the artist was, really. But the same thing is in the supermarket. But there was one hero that night that I need to mention, and that was Olaf van Doorn, because a couple lost their pay cards. And he found it, and he said, "Hold on, hold on. I know you all want to run out of the stadium because the concert vision, but hold on, hold on. Anybody of you were sitting next to us, lost your pay card?" And that took a few minutes because before he found the right person. "Oh yeah, we lost it. Oh, then this is yours." And then they were very grateful, very happy. They got their pay card and didn't lose it. So that's enlightening their situation of that evening. So yeah, that is what a hero does. We need more of them, obviously. So there are so many things to experience within the struggle. There are good things, there are bad things, but there are many insights. Yes, and to apply empathy with your insights is actually changing your behavior. And that is changing your behavior and becoming a more enlightened person. So, yeah, also, if you go, for example, you can be a football player, yes? And as a young boy, you dream about, I want to play for that team. That's my team. Then you got scouted and you ended up in the youth program of your favorite team. You love it. And when you became 17 years, they recruited you for the senior team, the big team you always supported. Imagine the joy that you will experience, your first steps with the big team on the pitch. Amazing. And you do really well. You became top scorer of the season. But next year, there's a world championship. And there was this rivalry match. And the defender was very aggressive and kicked you so hard on your leg that you need to go into revalidation for 3 months. For example, what actually happened to Frankie de Jong. And you cannot play the World Cup. That's a struggle. Yes, that's a struggle. And people are talking about, oh, but he's rich and making millions. Well, that money has nothing to do with the struggle, but yet, not in this case. But money can be a struggle on its own. And that's what we see in many wealthy countries who are just making the people poor. And now many people are struggling with poverty because everything got so expensive. And the only reason that it got so expensive is because the rich want to make more money. It has nothing to do with we are not producing enough. There is no scarcity anymore. So there is actually an artificial struggle placed by the system, by the matrix upon the people. So that's also why I said free the people. But one thing I know is that if this good thing does not get support, it will not be easy to proceed because then we are living in the end times. Yes, the end times, and the end times is an era. But during these end times in the 21st holy century, we can experience the golden age. The golden age you only can experience if you become enlightened. Yes. So if you can enlighten a dark spirit, a dark soul, you don't know in which struggle he was that made that person's soul or spirit darkened. And that's also what a new renewed insight that I received observing one of the most darkest bands on earth, listening to the screams and everything. So sometimes the struggle needs an expression of the same vibe to break it. Yes, so sometimes the struggle is like, for example, a band like Slipknot, and they scream, and sometimes you need to have that origin power of rage to break through the struggle, to push yourself outside the struggle. So, can there be a healing aspect in metal music, in dark satanic music? Is it possible that that can help them to get through the struggle? Help you to release negativity in a more social way? Because, of course, the whole stadium was screaming the lyrics as well. Does it empower you? So, does it give you the power to get through the struggle? So, sometimes the struggle can be faced with something negative. So, you are going to fight back, you are going to straighten your spine, and you are going to fill yourself up with the energy of rage, with the expression of rage, to get out of the struggle, to push yourself above that shoegazing level, straightening your spine to face the world again. So sometimes you feel understood in the melancholical vibes or the negative vibes because it's vibing with your vibe at the moment. or your worry of the moment, and it eases your feeling to be understood. So, yes, now we are playing meditation music uh, of a flute, which can bring your mind at ease. But when you are in a negative vibe and you've been hurt and you do not understand why other people were hurting you, or you do not understand uh, your own trauma, I can tell you that meditation music will not be the music that's going to make you feel at ease. But it will be, for example, a grunting metal band, or it will be the Prodigy, or a hardcore. You know, it's coping with the conditioning and the struggle that you are in. And that is where people experience it as it's liberating, or the music is setting you free. But that all is happening within entertainment. So you are tamed. You are still within the cage system. It's coping you with that. But it are the renewed insights that you can receive that are actually the most important to your personal growth. So it's okay to struggle, and it's also okay to help other people that were struggling. So yeah, we met a man in the park that was really thirsty, and we had a bag full of drink. So I grabbed one package and said, "You need something to drink?" Here it was lemon water. "You also need food?" He said, "No, only drink." He said, "Thank you." So he was struggling to quench his thirst, and empathy showed itself in behavior to make the gesture here. You have something to drink. So, yeah, I can say that Olaf and I are the talk of the weekend of other people's minds. Oh, there were these two good dudes, good dudes. And the people were smiling, the people were happy. And we saw many people struggle actually when we were having a break, sitting on the bench in the middle of the city. Another guy was walking around, then crying. Maybe he was on uh, some hallucinogenics or something. But a lot of struggling people, mentally, uh, maybe poverty, it changed a lot. It changed a lot. Now we see the effects clearly of what 2018 till 21 did to the country. Many people are struggling now. So that's why I want to talk about the struggle, because I believe that everybody that has eyes and ears and looks around in the city can see that many people are struggling. So, what are we going to do collectively about it? Because there are enough uh, charities, but it seems that the charities cannot get it done because it all became a political thing. When your own people are drowning, you do nothing. When the earth is quaking thousands and thousands of miles away, you send all your money. Yeah, yeah, sure. You send that money away in your own pockets again, and still the people are not helped. That's what I see. But I could be wrong. But if you think that I'm the wrong guy, no, it goes like this. If you think that I'm not the right guy, then you must be wrong. So, yeah, the struggle. So, what are you struggling with? Is it a big struggle? Is it a small struggle? Empathy can enlighten the struggle. And that is behavior. And a lot of people are talking and not listening to understand, but listening to reply, and they reply and they reply, even on the verge that they become angry because they are basically spreading nonsense. And when they face the truth and they find out that they are wrong, they become silent because they recognize that, yeah, what is the truth? So a lot of people struggle with the truth, especially religious people struggle with the truth. And I claim that religious people do not know the truth. They only know a few sentences, a few words of the truth. If you think, if your belief, if your religion is whole in one book, then you must be out of your mind, then you must be insane. Because the truth does not fit in one book. Mind blowing. Okay, I forgot to mention this broadcast might damage your ignorance. But again, the conditioning is like this, that you are willing to get angry about the word ignorance. Because you're so ignorant, you do not understand what the meaning is of the word ignorance. Because your conditioning is negative. You assume it to be something negative. Well, ask me anything about anything about makeup. Ask me anything about makeup. I don't know anything about makeup. I cannot talk to you about makeup. And then a woman says to me, Frankie, you are ignorant. Do I need to be that immature because I hear the word ignorant? I am conditioned to assume that it's negative. The only negative thing about ignorance is if you do not understand it. Because the woman was saying to me, Frankie, you are ignorant when it comes to makeup. You do not know anything about makeup, Frankie. Why do you want to talk to me And look at my makeup. I did my makeup really well. And red lips with lipstick. But not only lipstick, first I had a layer of this. Yeah, there are different layers, people, to put on the lips. There are different layers to put on the face. And then some powders and some creams, and you don't know. I don't know. I'm ignorant. Indeed. I say, woman, indeed, you are right. I'm not responding in a negative way because I know I am ignorant on makeup and mascara. And now I'm really going to try to do my best, like I know something about makeup, like eyeshadow. I do not even know what is the trend. So, ladies, tell me, what is the color of this summer? Is it yellow? Is it orange? Is it red? I don't know. Women do know that. So I am ignorant. All people are ignorant on something that they do not know, because that's the meaning of ignorance, the things you do not know. And all human do not know something. You do not know what the Chinese man who you didn't know in China was doing at a certain time because you do not know him. You do not know his existence. So, do we need to think that we have anything to say about China that we do not know? And that's culture. And culture ends where you do not know. Yes? So the Chinese culture is given form by Chinese people. So they need to decide. And I'm ignorant about it because I'm not Chinese. But those Chinese men think, yeah, about the Dutch man, they are ignorant. They do not know how to make cheese. Well, I could be wrong. I believe they do know how to make cheese. Everything comes from China, they say. Maybe that was a little bit, maybe we need to learn a little bit more from China. China is booming, anyways. But yeah, free Tibet. So yeah, the struggle is real. And I hope that in this mindstorm of the struggle, you can grasp the essence or have the inspiration to give it some more thought. Because with all that I know, I'm not experiencing what you experiencing in your moment of time on your level. And that's the thing where conditionings are easily within duality leading to negativity. So the wise guy, yes, who was 40 years older than me, was explaining me something and can laugh about me that I do not know shizzle. Yes. And I am right to say, well, I probably will find out in my following 40 years. So the fact that you could know something more or something better than the other person should not lead to your ego express yourself condescending. But this is what's happening probably to the minds of intelligent people. Before Frankie understands it, it will take a while. Oh my God, that guy, unbelievable. How does he not know? Well, it was not written in the Dutch language. And then a lot of story ends. So it's getting hot. I'm not sure which renewed insight I can give you about the struggle, but if you are struggling, accept the ways, even if they are bad ways, that you can feel released, that you can push yourself out of the struggle. And it's not encouraging you to become a bad person, but it's encouraging you to control your bad feeling. Yes? So do not misunderstand me. Oh, I'm bad. Who's bad? Who knows it? I'm bad. No, it's not like that. It's more like you rub your heart a couple of times. You start to breathe until you relax so you do not become violent. And that's actually the purpose of religion, how to become kind. So, with that said, other questions you can ask me in the comment section, or you can reach out to me if you are struggling. If you are struggling so hard you do not want to live on this planet anymore, there are numbers that you can call in different countries, different suicide hotlines. You can try. Talk with your best friend, talk with your parents, talk with a stranger, even, to get it off your chest and try to refocus and understand that the struggle was not meant to stay. The struggle was meant to overcome. And I know you can do it. And sometimes you just need help, and sometimes it's a stranger, sometimes it's a phone call to one of these hotlines, sometimes it's talking to your friend. And if you do not feel understood, yes, it can be because you don't understand yourself. And then do not push yourself to find an answer, because you will not find an answer. So allow yourself to accept the current circumstances and just breathe, 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 and focus on small things. And if you are able to go outside in nature, focus on the different animals, focus on the different insects. This might help you, because else your mind is reproducing the same negative thoughts, like it's continuously uh, going around inside your head. And when you focus on a beautiful butterfly, or a bumblebee, or a crow, or a dove, or a squirrel, or another flying bird that I'm ignorant of its name, yes? And that's a shift of focus. And then you find out that you can also be grateful for the struggle, yes? And when you need to reload, reload. When you need to recharge, recharge. Yes? Okay, do your best. I'm out. And someday, when the people find out they need help or enlightened, you know where to find me. I am Frankie Kearney. Bye bye.